Hey guys, Sen here. In all of my time playing Clan Capital, I have only ever landed two high-level Capital Peak 2 shots, each taking at least 20 minutes of planning beforehand. And today, live on stream in front of hundreds of people, I spent about 10 seconds planning with Graveyard Wizard Rams and got another one twice. I don't know how else to tell you. This attack is so stupid and brain dead and broken. You can see there at number 9. I spent about 10 seconds of planning on every base, and with this additional skeleton bark, I was still able to take out this entire clan with Graveyard in just 15 attacks, two-shotting every base. But we're gonna watch this absolute circus unfold against this Capital Peak. All right, this is the layout. If you asked me before the Graveyard launch whether or not this was possible to two-shot, I would have told you are out of your mind. This is a high-level Capital Peak with a pretty decent design. The corner Capital Peak layout is really meta because it makes it so that there's fewer ways to enter the base, as well as this base having max blast bow, and especially this max rocket artillery. Max rocket artilleries are going to one-shot my underleveled level 4 wizards, but it doesn't matter. I clear up all the trash buildings on the left side of the base, and once the deployment zone opens up, it's just time to spam, 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 spam. One line of wizards, a line of rams, drop in the graveyard spells before the rams connect, and it's time to just go, 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 go. All we have left in the army camps are rams. We drop in those graveyard spells to tank the big splash defenses, the blast bow, and the two giant cannons. I make sure I drop the graveyard spell off center from the blast bow so I can still tank it, as well as the graveyard spells directly on top of the giant cannons so that because the giant cannons shoot straight, they can't hit all my Larrys at once. And you can see those wizards are just walking through this base. With the Rams tanking ahead, because Rams have so much HP, they will go ahead and tank all the defenses for the wizards, and then once the Rams die, you get even more troops with the barbarians inside, as well as the graveyard skeletons. So this strategy, it looks dumb using wall breakers. Half of the army is wall breakers, but we're going to demolish this base. Like, look at what is left here as well. How do you take this out in 2 attacks before the update? This would be impossible as well. But Graveyard will make it happen. Because we're going up into the Capital Peak, we will bring a Rage spell so we can give a damage buff to our wizards. There's also a dragon on the backside. Normally, you would just take out the post, and then with a Rage spell, you'll use some archers to try to snipe that dragon, but with this strategy, it doesn't matter. The dragon cannot do anything to all this spam. It's getting chained off the Capital Peak and dying to the Super Wizards. And also the Graveyard spell spawns Air Larrys because it'll spawn those once the dragon dies. But holy cow, those rock artilleries with those 2 more back-end skeleton spells didn't get a single shot on my wizards until the Larrys took them out. And just look at this. What is left to stop them? There's no more splash on the field. There are some traps that's just taking them out, but there's more Larrys coming in to reinforce with a giant that is still left. And once that last spear thrower goes down, I'll have 3 wizards, 2 wizards, and there's just 1 wizard tower left. And because this strategy, you spam all of those rams, and those rams go all the way around the base, all of the traps get triggered. And so my wizards, at this point, as long as they're able to beat through that wall, get to the wizard tower, and there's no trap like in front of this clan house, we are home free. This base, high level, capital level 10 base with a super dragon inside, just got smacked in 2 hits with this attack with no planning whatsoever. I am losing my mind. I hate this strategy. Please nerf the supercell, but if you are at Capital Hall level 8 and you have this unlocked, you have to use it, because I'm also going to show you a Capital Hall level 8 Capital Peak 2 shot. Alright, this is the other Capital Peak 2 shot I was able to land in this Capital Peak level 8 clan while I was visiting different clans for my stream. And you can see they haven't put in a rocket artillery down here, and so we're going to snipe that after we clear the way with the barbarian with minions inside the dead zone. Those minions are going to take it out and then go ahead and also grab that super giant post for me. And I'm going to give it as much time as I need to give it in order for those minions to work through those giants, because the rest of this attack with the wizards and the rams goes by so fast, and I can afford to just waste a minute just to make sure those giants are never going to distract me ever again. And so once those giants do go down, we'll put this at ×4 speed to get through all of that. We're going to start with a wizard to take out the clan house, then a line of wizards to take out these first clan houses that aren't being guarded by any defenses. And then it is time to spam. Give them a couple seconds to get inside, and then we're dropping in our rams. Before our rams start connecting, we'll drop in a skeleton spell on top of the rocket artillery dead zone, and then one over here with no splash, and then one over here to take out the Inferno Tower, distract that, as well as the giant cannon, and it's just time to go. Unfortunately, I forgot to bring giants to help distract the capital peak, but it doesn't matter. My wizards are gonna go in so fast, do so much damage, even get a bunch of chains off and almost kill this giant cannon before the capital peak says no. And we have taken out 55% of the base and a huge chunk of it, as well as pushed all the way into the capital peak, because we are going to absolutely clap this base. The first attack isn't the attack that needs to grab a ton of value. The second attack, when you have 6 skeleton spells down, because they last for 2 attacks, and you're getting over 200 skeletons, this is the real power of this attack. A swarm is about to ensue. Let's drop in a giant to take the capital peak, because otherwise it'll shoot at your wizards, and then drop in a line of rams to help get those graveyards going. And then we're going to drop in a line of wizards in behind, provide that DPS, and just make sure we have a constant stream of rams so that those wizards are never going to get hit. And oh man, it's also, the skeletons are going to take out the blast bow, take out the giant cannon, all on their lonesome. And afterwards, all converge on top of this poor capital peak that goes down, gets melted by the skeletons, and at this point I thought it was over. There's a wizard tower and a crusher. There's no way this works. But the Larrys slapped that wizard tower silly. The wizard from downtown goes over and takes out that crusher with the distraction of the Larrys and the barbarians, and I have around 100 Larrys still going with their shields, and they're coming for that poor little air defense. Supercell, come on. We both know this is not balanced. Alright, you might now be thinking, okay, so it worked against Capital Peak, so what? There's no way it could work against Barbarian Camp, which is known for having so much anti-ground targeting defenses, as well as so much splash. But I don't care, the Wizards don't care, the Graveyards don't care, and the Rams don't care. We drop in those Graveyards in the dead zones of the Multi-Mortars and Rocket Artilleries. You want to put them in the dead zones of big splash defenses, including the Blast Bow like those. And then behind that, we'll drop in a line of wizards and just trickle in our rams one after the other. Once we get those graveyards going, nothing is going to be shooting at our wizards, because nothing can. It's all distracted by the Larrys, by the rams, by the barbarians. And before you know it, half the base is down and 3 graveyards are still there. And that rocket artillery and that multi-mortar is low as well. And not only are we going to use all ground against a barbarian camp, we are going to use the mountain golem. When I'm streaming, people love making me use mountain golem because it is the worst troop in the clan capital. It is so terrible. You are using the worst ground troop against the most anti-ground base in the barbarian camp. So this shouldn't work, right? There's no way this works. I'm sending in the golem. I wanted to take out this giant cannon as well as this bomb tower. I'm not even going to give it a rage. That's the thing. The plan here is I'm going to have 3 graveyard spells that I'm going to drop down on this map. And once the golem dies, remember, it's 160 camp space, and so all the graveyards will cap out on their skeletons and a swarm will ensue. I have a couple archers in behind to help funnel the golem into the critical defenses. It luckily turns back into that giant cannon afterwards and gets its dying blow against the giant cannon before it goes down. And now it's time. I sniped the left bomb tower with a pack of archers. I have 3 graveyards down, and at this point I was panicking because this multi-mortar isn't going down and 2 super giants are on my Larry's case. But it doesn't matter. Those Larrys beat through the giant, turn around inside the dead zone of the multi-mortar, take that out as well, and there's no splash left on the base. There's no splash left, and the battle rams have triggered all the traps that are inside the base. And so it's time for the Larrys to just mow down what is left of this attack. Man, holy cow. I don't understand how this made it past playtesting. You know what? I understand how it made it past playtesting. There's no one as crazy as the people on my Discord server who would think of using attacks with 30 rams and graveyard spells. And so that's why you should join us lunatics over on Discord. The link will be down below in the description. Alright, I was about to end the video on the Barbarian camp, but then Patrick from our Discord server was able to land this attack in friendly challenges against Dragon Cliffs. Yes, Dragon Cliffs with 5 defensive Super Dragons using Super Wizards. If you were using Super Wizards against Dragon Cliffs before the Graveyard update, you were taking 5+ attacks to take down this base, but apparently now, not only archers, but wizards are a viable way to take out this base. And you also might recognize this base. This is my base. I built this base. I sent this base to Itsu for his base layout video, and when I did, I told him no one has ever been able to take out this base in 2 attacks, including myself. This base is impossible. And that was true, apparently, until the Graveyard got released, and Patrick is making me eat my words 1 week after I sent this base over. And he's gonna come in with his wizards and his rams to absolutely clown on all my hard work. Oh no, I can't watch this. This hurts my eyes. This hurts my soul. I spent hours building this base. This was meant to defend archers, which is the only viable way to take out Dragon Cliffs with all the dragons spread out nicely around the base, but apparently wizards and graveyard spells and ground skeletons and nothing that can shoot air can take out this base as well. He's going to use a skeleton barrel as well as an Inferno Baby Dragon to melt down the defensive dragon. But after that, he's coming in with the same exact stuff. He's gonna spam in his wizards, his graveyards, his rams, and there's nothing that this base can do. The dragons can't do anything. They are shooting at air, basically. They can never hit your wizards as long as you do this attack properly. And do this attack properly he does by spamming in everything without a care in the world. I'm gonna 4 times through this. I can't watch anymore. This hurts my soul. Oh, Patrick, what have you done to me? What have you done to my hard work? Alright, before I lose my mind anymore trying to commentate over this graveyard nonsense, I'm just gonna head to bed, and hopefully by the time I wake up, Supercell will have done something about this. But like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video, and take care.